This is an exciting topic. I'm going to teach you how to use ChatGPT for sales and marketing in your business. Now, you've probably tried using ChatGPT. I've really come to love that tool. Maybe you've used it to brainstorm an idea or to save you time on a task. Now, I found that tool to be very helpful, but unless I know what I'm doing and what results I want, I can't direct it. So when we're talking about using ChatGPT for sales and marketing, if I know the perfect path and the perfect formula or funnel or whatnot, and I can ask ChatGPT to help me with different pieces, it can be a big help there. But otherwise, it can fall flat. What we're also going to be talking about in this episode is how to get ChatGPT to recommend you to your ideal clients. So when your ideal target audience is using tools like ChatGPT, how can you get these tools to have you be the #1 authority it recommends? Let's look at the first myth. Myth number 1, ChatGPT can write all my scripts. If you've tried that, you haven't been generating leads. That's just my prediction. But think about what ChatGPT is doing. It's not actually thinking. It's not yet a real artificial intelligence, but it really is an amazing research tool and compiler of all the data out there. So if you ask it to create a script and you give it a lot of input about what this script should have, it's basically taking other scripts that other people have written and customizing it and piecing it together. So let me just give you an obvious example of the problem with that. And I don't know if you like to go hiking or mountain biking. I love mountain biking, so let me give a mountain biking example. Okay, to make this simple, let's say that I'm going to make a video talking about this specific mountain biking trail. If I have ChatGPT write the script for me, has ChatGPT ever gone mountain biking at all? Has it ever been to that trail? I mean, maybe it can find some photos of the trail, but when people are searching for advice on this trail, some people are going to like it and some people aren't going to like it. For some people, the trail might be too steep, but for others, they like steep trails. So what people really want from me is they want to know who I am, what type of trails I bike on, what my biases are, what my preferences are, and then when I give them my explanation of this trail and if I like it or not and what my favorite parts about it are, what the challenges are on this trail, that can be really valuable to people. If people are similar and they align with my biases, then they might subscribe and they want more trail advice on other trails from me. Or they'll recognize right off the bat, that guy likes steep trails. I need to find somebody else that likes gradual trails. Okay, so that's a very interesting way for me to answer the question about, can I have ChatGPT write my scripts? You've got to work really hard and create some type of custom GPT with all your biases in there for it to get close, and then still you're going to want to review it. The way that I like to do it is to have ChatGPT help me with the topics, the talking points, or bring up myths or bring up questions. And then I can give my biases. I can answer it with my real content instead of having it write a script. Myth number 2, AI can't sound like me. Okay, I believed that for about 2 seconds until I started really doing this, because you can upload your book, you can upload video transcripts, any content that you have, or you can just talk to ChatGPT and tell, this is who I am, these are my preferences, these are my biases, this is the way that I talk, I need you to write something in my voice. And it's really good at doing that, so it can do that. Myth number 3, if I use ChatGPT, I'm cheating. Well, when I first saw that myth, I thought, well, that's just like saying, if I use a team, I'm cheating. So I have a full done-for-you service, and I'm not going to go into detail on that service, but if I were doing it all on my own, wow, I wouldn't be able to produce the 60+ channels that we produce. I've got a team of 35 people. Now, I'm the one that is in charge of the strategy and making sure that all my clients, that we know the exact strategy and where we're going to go, what revenue we expect that to generate for my clients. But I've got a whole team of videographers, a whole team of editors, a whole team of thumbnail designers. Now, would you think that I'm cheating because I have a team? So look at ChatGPT as a very valuable team member. It's a tool, or like it's a system that you can implement in your business to really assist you. Now, talking about scripting, if you already have a really good scripting process, then use ChatGPT to make that more efficient or to improve it or just to add some creative ideas. Another way that we use ChatGPT is in our thumbnail design. Now, if you use AI to design a thumbnail, it will not do well. Those thumbnails don't look good. They don't get clicks. They don't create curiosity. We can spot them a mile away. So if you have AI design a thumbnail for you, don't expect it to work very well. Yeah, you're going to hear about exceptions, but that's definitely not the norm. But AI really helps us with our thumbnail design. So what we do is we know the topic, we have the talking points, we know the title of the video, and we give that information to an AI tool saying, can you generate some thumbnail ideas? Any ideas that we already have are going to make that input better. So we can give this AI tool those ideas. What the AI tool creates then are thumbnail ideas. We don't use that as our end thumbnail. And then on my design team, we have my thumbnail designers look at the thumbnails and pick out, okay, what are the best ones? What are the good ideas here that we might be able to run with? Then on filming day, whether it's me filming like this or one of my clients that's filming, we look at those thumbnail ideas and pick, okay, which one of these ideas do I like the best? What tweaks do I want to make? How can it be improved? What would I change? What would I keep? And then we hit record on our camera and we record video for our thumbnails, because then if we make several facial expressions or we're waiting for the key moment, the design team can find the right frame. So we capture that pose or that expression, and then the thumbnail design team has the AI generated idea. They've got the captured video footage. Then they go into Photoshop and they create the custom design. Now in Photoshop, there are a lot of AI tools that make their job more efficiently. If they want to erase an object, they can do that a lot quicker now. Or if they want to put in a gradient or they want to add in some shine or something, there are AI tools that can do that a lot more. So with the assistance of AI, the thumbnail process that we have in our company has gotten way better. I mean, we've been designing hundreds and hundreds of thumbnails every month for like a decade. I guess a decade ago, I would say we were creating many dozens of thumbnails every month. But we've created thousands and thousands of thumbnails in that time frame, and they are way better today because of AI, but not created by AI. Another great way that I love using AI, and my go-to tool is ChatGPT. I love using it to help point out my blind spots, because I only know what I know. But if I had a second pair of eyes to look at something, that's always going to be helpful. And I love interacting with ChatGPT because I never get offended by it, and it's never going to be offended by me. So if it gives me a response and I don't like the response, I'll just say, I don't like that response. Can you try again? It will try again without being offended. But when I've put together something, I can then upload a transcript, or I can upload anything. I can take a screenshot of something and share it with ChatGPT, and I can say, what am I missing? These are my goals. Is this going to work? And just see what ChatGPT says. It might be wrong. Some of the advice it shares might not be right, but it can at least bring up ideas. And oftentimes I find it very valuable feedback in pointing out things that I never considered. So when I'm using ChatGPT to help me with my talking points for my videos, and I've used this for a couple of my clients now in experiment mode, and it's worked really well. What I don't do is, hey, give me some talking points. But what does work well is I'll say, this is the title of my video. Here's some previous content that I filmed on related topics. What are some myths or misconceptions that my target audience might have on this topic? Or what are some additional questions that my audience might have on this topic? And then I comb through the list that ChatGPT gives me, and I can say, okay, that's an interesting one. I could address that. And I'll add that to my list of talking points. Ooh, wow, that's a good question. Yeah, I'll ask that one at the end of my video. So that way it really helps me with creativity and helping me talk about things in a new way. Maybe I'm covering a similar topic that I filmed previously, but my content doesn't have to repeat the exact same stuff. I can come at it from a new angle. How do I make sure ChatGPT sounds like me? Well, if you're just going to the ChatGPT home screen and you're entering a prompt, you want to give it a lot of information. One of my favorite features is that microphone, where you can just hit the microphone and just talk. And you can ramble. It doesn't have to be good grammar or anything. You can just say, all right, this is my goal. This is what I'm trying to accomplish. I want to do this. I want to do that. This is some ideas that I've had. These are the challenges I've had. This is how I teach this. These are the models that I use. All right, I'm wanting to do blank. And it will take all of that information. You might have talked for 3 minutes. It'll take all of that information and keep that into consideration before it gives you the answer or the prompt or the recommendation. Now, if you want to create a custom GPT, that's creating like a permanent tool, a permanent version of your own ChatGPT where you can upload things. So you can upload the transcript for a book or video transcripts from previous YouTube episodes or blog posts. You can upload Excel spreadsheets. You can link it to other databases, and you can instruct it and kind of create this custom GPT to only reference that material instead of referencing the rest of the internet. And then give it specific instructions. I want you to create this in my voice, and then test it out. See how it does. And you can say, actually, I want it to be in my voice, but a little bit more snarky, or whatever, right? You can test it and tweak it and refine it. So AI can be an amazing tool, but it doesn't take away your responsibility to really be an authority yourself. And when you're in marketing, authority marketing is a term you might have heard before. Authority marketing is a game changer. And in this age of AI, if you're not doing authority marketing, AI can replace you. But with authority marketing, there's no way that it will. So I've created another video that goes in depth on that topic. I'll link to it right there. It's called What is Authority Marketing? If you're diving into this world of AI and you're mastering tools like ChatGPT and really leveraging them for their full potential, you must also simultaneously master authority marketing. So I'll see you over there next.